Hello, my name is Devin Hala, and I'm a certified occupational therapy assistant here at Bellin Psychiatric. I have the pleasure of talking to you about weighted vests today because, excitingly enough, we will be getting weighted vests here as an additional resource for our patients. So, weighted vests are vests that contain weights and provide a deep pressure therapy to patients. As you can see here, they come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. The ones that I have pictured here are compression vests that provide extra pressure to the abdomen that can be used with or without weights. And they are used to increase regulation and participation in patients. So, the benefits of weighted vests are that they are calming and regulating. They help with focus and attention. They are non invasive. And once understood, they're pretty simple and effective intervention for patients. So, as I said before, they provide deep pressure therapy. And deep pressure therapy provides proprioceptive input, which is a sensory feedback that assists with self regulation. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation, and neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine are released, which help enhance mood. How will they work on our patients? So, we are hoping that these vests, as studies have shown, they help provide stress reduction, emotional regulation, behavioral improvement, and enhances participation. So, a lot of times, people with mental illnesses have a hard time with sensory input and organizing the external world. So that's where you see where some people can be overly sensitive to light or noises, they increase anxiety. Some people need more input to help regulate themselves. That's why weighted blankets are used. They're very calming and relaxing. And so by providing this input to patients, it will help regulate their senses, which will help result in overall emotional and behavioral regulation. Studies actually have shown that when used in a psychiatric hospital, weighted vests and blankets actually reduce incidents of seclusion and restraints. I'm sure we working on child and adolescent, we've seen those patients who do unfortunately end up getting restrained because they are seeking out that input. They enjoy that pressure on their body, and that actually helps calm and regulate them. So, unfortunately, they learn that like if they escalate their behaviors, they'll get that pressure, that sensory that they're seeking out. So, by having these weighted vests, we'll be able to provide that to them and hopefully reduce those incidences. As I was saying too, this leads into the de-escalation assistance. So once you previously trialed with patients, it can be effective in calming patients down. It can be another tool that we can provide to them, saying, "Hey, let's put on your weighted vest. I can see you're getting agitated or frustrated. Maybe you need some help with regulating. We know that you liked this before. Let's try it again." It can be also used as a proactive strategy. So our hope is we're going to be implementing them throughout the day. And so by providing that continued sensory input, we are able to help with emotional regulation so they aren't escalating to those extremes anymore. They are also provide safety because it reduces risk of injury to both patients and staff. Because if we are proactive with this, or if we are able to use it as a tool, this can help de-escalate the codes, or not get to the point of restraint, so it lessens the chance of injury for both patients and staff. So how will they be used here? First, there will be an assessment done by occupational therapy to assess the individual's sensory needs. And we will also need to obtain permission from appropriate parties, so such as the initial permission from parents if it's for children or adolescents, or from adult patients as well. We also need to ensure that we are getting permission from the patient every time we place the vest on them. A part of the assessment will be ensuring that the size of the vest and the appropriate weight will be determined and then communicated for staff. Weight is typically around 5 to 10% of the patient's body weight. This varies as there's no direct science because every patient is different. Some patients really enjoy more weight, some people find that more activating or uncomfortable, and they need less weight. The vests are not, because it's weighted, the vests are not worn all day, every day, or all night long. They are worn intermittently throughout the day for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Again, it depends on the patient and what is the best therapeutic level of time for them. And once it is implemented and patients are wearing it, we need to be continuously monitoring their behaviors as well as their reported experiences, whether they're saying, I don't like the feeling of this is too heavy, or we notice their behaviors where they're more activated or agitated, or they are not as engaged, or they seem uncomfortable. It's important for us to constantly track that so the department can adjust that intervention as needed. So it's really, really important that we never have the weighted vests to be intended as a restraint for patients. Um, this goes is actually, again, it's against the law because it cannot be a restraint. It is a therapeutic tool for patients. So that's why it's important. We must obtain permission from the patient each wear. We can't force them to put it on. We can encourage them to put it on if they say they don't want to put it on. We can remind them, oh, well, do you remember how much calmer you were the last time you wore it? Or that way, but we cannot force it upon them. They also must be able to demonstrate the ability to remove the vest independently. This again is according to the law, because if they are not unable to remove it, they would not be able to wear it, because then it could be seen as a restraint. The vests are also not able to be applied to patients that have not been indicated by occupational therapy. So it does have to be OT driven. If you see a patient and OT hasn't seen them quite yet, or maybe it didn't seem like it was appropriate at the time, but now it may seem like a patient would benefit from it, reach out to the OT department and we can get that taken care of. It just has to ensure that we are doing the proper intervention and protocol for the weighted vests. And then the duration and the weight of the vest also cannot be adjusted unless it is by an occupational therapy practitioner, again, just to ensure compliance with the intervention of the weighted vests. Here are some references that I got my information from, just to um, show the use of evidence-based practice of this. If you have any questions or concerns about weighted vests, want to learn more, please feel free to reach out to me or ask any questions that you may have. That'd be great. Thanks, guys. Bye.